Hello and welcome to SudoKanard. We're here to solve this 9-pin Sudoku by Japanese author Shinichi Aoki from the latest WPF Sudoku Grand Prix. It was the last puzzle in the set and it was my favorite, even if, it was some trouble for me to solve it during the contest. So the special rule of 9-pin is that for each digit from 1 to 9, you must find a place like this where three identical digits are identical. So in this case, what could it be? Well, don't know. So for example, here it could be a 7. So you must have three identical digits in a diagonal line here, and you must have this for every digit from 1 to 9. And as I explained in a former video, there are only 10 places where you can do that. 4 of them are those. Here, 4 of them are those. And by that I mean that this or this can be what is called a pin, not both of them, because it will always contain this digit. And the symmetrical, well, you can find the others just by symmetries. So we have 4 green places, 4 red places, and then you have those 2 blue places, or those 2 black places. So those are 10 places, because you can have the 2 blues, but you can't have a blue and a black. You can have the 2 blacks, you can have the 2 blues, but you will have at most 2 places out of those 4 pins. All right, so how do we begin? And this central cell seems to be a good place to begin, because this sees all red pins. It also sees the blue pins and the black pins. So this central digit will have to be on some green pin. And because of this given 5, those 3 pins are impossible, so that the pin containing the 5 is this one. Now those 6s look very constrained because they see all the red pins and the blues and the blacks. So 6 must be on some green pin, and it won't be this one, and it won't be this one. So the 6 is on this pin. Now, what do we see? So 7 seems to be constrained because this 7 sees both green pins here. Well, 9 is constrained as well. 9 sees all of this. 9 sees also the green pins, so 9 won't be on those. 9 won't be on this red pin either. 9 won't be on those, it won't be on the green, so 9 will have to be on this red pin here, but the orientation still has to be determined. And then there's 7. 7 seems, or perhaps 2. There are lots of 2s in the grid. So 2 won't be on this red pin, because 2 here sees those. This 2 won't be on the green pins. It won't be on this red pin either. It won't be on this red pin. It won't be on this red pin. So 2 has to be on blue or black, but it won't be here. So 2 will have to be here. And it's not on this blue pin, so it will be on this black pin. And this tells us that blues are not pins. And actually, I will paint those black pins into blue, because black will kind of block the digits from view. All right, so what about 9? So 9 is not Oh, 9 I've done already. I was thinking of 7. 7 is not on the greens. 7 is on none of those reds. It's not on the blue here. It's not on those reds. So 7 can only be here, I think. And we're left with 1, 3, 4, and 8, I think. Yes, that's it. 1, 3, 4, and 8. An interesting point is that this can't be 1, 3, or 4. So, and if this is 8, then you see that this can't be 8. So that won't be a pin for any digit at all. It won't be for 1, 3, or 4. It won't be for 8. So we can see that the extra pin is here. Well, that didn't need to be an extra pin, but it happened that this was an extra pin, which means that oh, and by the way, I can also remove this part of the red pin. So the remaining digits, which are 1, 3, 4, and 8, will have to be placed on this blue, on this red somewhere, on this red somewhere, and on this green. And 8 seems to be very constrained because we see that 8 won't be on this red pin, it won't be on this green pin, it won't be on this part of this red pin, so 8 can still be on this blue pin, and on this part will have to be in one of those two pins. And that's interesting because we have an 8 somewhere here, an 8 somewhere here. So this is not 8. Sorry, there is an 8 in here, and by Sudoku there has to be an 8 somewhere here. And likewise, there is an 8 here, so by Sudoku there must be an 8 somewhere here. And I'm also seeing there must be an 8 in here. So that's something. Well, what else now? So what pin can we have here? So we are left with 1, 3, 4, and 8. So this can't be the 4. And this here can't be the 4 either. So the 4 will have to be either this green or this red. But then I think it's time to do some Sudoku, probably. Some standard Sudoku. It makes sense to do standard Sudoku in a Sudoku puzzle, don't you think? So how do we do that? Well, let's remember what Sudoku is all about, I think. So there is a 9 in here. This is 104. How will I do that cleverly? That's certainly a good idea to try and do that cleverly. Oh, by the way, I'm seeing something. 3 says that, 4 says that. So this pin here is either with 1 or with 8. And I don't see that I can disambiguate that. So let's have a look at 6. 6 goes there by the rules of Sudoku. What other 6s do we have? We have a 6 here, and that's interesting. Because I think 8 that's it. 8 is nowhere in here, and because of those 8, 8 is not here, so 8 is here in this area. So this is finally 1 here, and this pin is the pin with the 1, and this is the pin with the 8. And I can remove this part of this green pin, this red pin, sorry. And now this is a 4 by the rules of Sudoku. And we are left with 3 and 4. And actually this is a 3, so the 4 goes on this green pin. And the position of 3 on this red pin still has to be determined, like with the 9. So the rest should be almost standard Sudoku. So what do we do? There must be a 2 in here, so 2 can be only here. This 9 goes there. And now the 9 on this pin can't be here, so it will have to be here. And there again, I will withdraw this part of the line. Now this is a 3, and this up there is a 7. Here we are left with 3, 4, and 8, and actually with this 4, this can only be a 3 with a 4 there. This one here goes there, this 9 here goes there, and this is a 3. Here I need a 4, but there's a 4 here, and the other digit is an 8, which goes there by Sudoku. Here this is 9 and 7, and that's interesting because this can't be a 3, and now the 3 on the pin is here. So finally, well, all the variant part is done. We only need to solve the Sudoku. Here this is 1 and 5. Here this is 7 and 9. Here I need 2 and 6, so this is 6, this is 2. Here I need 3 and 5. Here I need 1 and 7. Here I need a 4 somewhere, so it's here. 1, 7 or 9, I don't know. This is a 7. On this row I need 3 and 5, so that's the 5, that's the 3. 3 I said. This is 5 and 4, so that's the 5, that's the 4. 1 and 5, that's the 1. And the end should be pretty straightforward. And that's it. So that was, I think, a very clean solve of this puzzle. Much cleaner than what I did during the contest, because I first broke the puzzle. And on my second try, there's a lot I failed to do, mainly with digit 8 and probably with the standard Sudoku part, I think. But this is really a great puzzle, definitely my favorite in this round, which was a great round, by the way. And thanks for watching this video. See you soon with something else on SudoKanard.